So, you need to keep the applause and the clapping going as he makes his way all the way to the stage. Can you do that for me? Excellent. We're going to have a great time, aren't we? Yes. Please welcome to the stage, Tom Kennard!
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome Exeter. I won't do my derogatory Plymouth climate change jokes. I said one thing to my family: whatever you do, don't sit at the front. So, hello family. Hello Lola. I promise I won't say any rude words. Well, I won't promise. So my name's Tom, lovely to be here. This is my first time on stage. Thank you. So, name's Tom. It's an alright name. Most people tend to have like a mate called Tom, right? It's fairly common. It's not super duper historically, so it's not like Alfred the Great or like William the Conqueror. In fact, us Toms we've got peeping. So it's kind of alright. I mean, was that a lot of Toms got together and they were thinking, what should we do today? Let's create our own name, let's all peep together. Or was it one really peepy Tom who did it like from morning till evening the whole time? So, but Tom isn't the name I've always had. I was in Africa for a bit of my life and in a place called KwaZulu-Natal. And I worked there for about 6 months, and after a couple of months, the guys there went, Tom, you've been here for long enough, we're going to give you a Zulu name. And I was like, ooh, that's it. That's what I was thinking, so I was like, oh, that was pretty good. All right, what's my Zulu name? So my Zulu name, there will be a test later, is Shiakanda. Okay. That's exactly what I was thinking. I went up to them and I said, that's a brilliant name. I'm going to tell everyone this in a comedy troupe in about 20 years' time. But I asked them what it was, thinking, is this, gentle white warrior, or he who has killed 1,000 lions? And they said, what Shiakanda means is he who hits his head on low-hanging light fatigues. Not the best name, but just remember the Shiakanda bit. So I spent time in Africa, also grew up actually in mid-Wales. Woo! Thank you, sister. Hence this wonderful Welsh accent that I've got. I've got a good accent. It's actually quite good for having phone sex. Not so good in a job centre. Have you done any work for butlers or chauffeurs, perhaps? And I grew up there, which was good fun. I was thinking, it is a good voice for jokes. It's a good voice for compelling your ideas. When I was thinking about jokes, I was thinking, we are really lucky to be alive at a time when everyone knows, socially, the construct of the knock-knock joke. Right? Everyone knows it. I could go to anyone in the audience and go through that 5-stage process, and you'd know what came next in knock-knock. But that hasn't always been the case. There must have been a pre-knock-knock time and a post-knock-knock time. And imagine that at a dinner party. Oh, I've got a really good idea. Yeah, Steve, just go with me on this. Right, knock-knock. Knock-knock? No. So you go, who's there? All right? No knock. Who's there? Brilliant. Phil. All right, Phil. Right, okay, I should have told you this before. So we're going to do knock knock. Who's there? Phil. Phil who? All right? Let's try that. Knock knock. Who's there? Like it. Phil. Phil who? Brilliant. And we'll work on the punchline at next week's dinner. So by day, I'm not a stand-up comedian, as you may have imagined. I'm actually an entrepreneur, which is a really kind of wanky thing to be. Lots of ease in the word entrepreneur, and it means I spend my time with startups. And startups is the most inventive of areas in terms of their language. The best way to tell if it's a rubbish startup is that there will be the something of something. So it's like, so what do you do? What's your startup? And they're like, well, I'm the Facebook for cats. We're the Tinder for chickens. Works really well. The one that I genuinely had, and don't mention this in Plymouth, someone came up to me and said, oh yeah, we want to be the Uber for Exeter. That's just Uber. That's not a differentiator at all. So that's what I spent my time doing as an entrepreneur. I went to school in Mid Wales. Woo! It's getting a better reception. I went to school in Mid Wales and I didn't always want to be on stage. So I remember that time when I sat with a careers advisor and they were in a really fairly drab Mid Wales dull office. And they were like, right, so what do you want to be when you're older? And I looked them square in the eye and I said, I want to be a careers advisor. The look on their face. I've been doing this for 17 years, no one's ever wanted to be my job. That's incredible. I said, no, you're joking, I want to be a fighter pilot. So that worked out quite well. The other thing I didn't get about schools is you're always doing stuff which never really has much benefit in future life, right? Never get an amen. So for example, I've never once had to work out the trigonometry of a ladder against a wall. I've just gone up the ladder. The other thing, and I want to test this by just a simple raise of hands, if I may. How many people in the audience are professional recorder players? No? Oh, okay, good, because I bought a recorder, just to check. So, yeah, that's it. We spend all that time doing recorder at school and then it never goes anywhere. What have they got on, like, the Minister of Music, whoever that may be, that makes you have to do that at school? You don't go to a gig and go, oh yeah, the drummer was pretty good, yeah, lead guitar was pretty good. God, did you see that lead recorder player? Oh, that solo! Oh my God! So, those are that was school time. I'm kind of in a slightly stretched generation, it feels. We're like the only generation that has to teach both our parents and our children how to use a printer. I kind of feel a bit caught in the middle. And I feel like aging is a bit like, everyone's born with a colander, right? They've got this colander with little holes in it, and it's full of marbles, and the marbles are different sizes, and they're your personality. And as you get older, the colander shakes, and the holes get a bit bigger, and some bits of your personality fall out. Until at the end, you're just left with one massive racist marble. You're laughing because it's true. So all of this got me thinking, right, there must have been like an origin of laughter, right? There was a first time. There was a first time things crawled out of the swamp. There must have been a first time that our ancestors changed from kind of just showing their teeth because they were scared or nervous or angry to actually laughing, a proper chuckle. So there must have been this like pre-laughter time and this post-laughter time. So I thought, what would that be like? Going back to that cave, it's a pretty boring cave. There's no humour. There's a few kind of cave paintings on the wall of some deer and some mammoth, but there's no like pictures of cave painting cocks anywhere. So no one's having a laugh, and they're going out on this hunt, and they're hunting this mammoth, and they're creeping up to it. They're creeping through this forest, and they've got their spears ready. No one until this point has actually laughed. No one, ever. It's a new thing. And they're bending down, and there's this tree, and you can see the mammoth, and he picks up his spear. And just as he's about to throw his spear, he farts and the tree falls on him. And his mates are absolutely pissing themselves. What just happened? That was the origin of laughter. Well, probably. Because I think there was a thing 2 weeks earlier than that, when they were on a hunt, this time after a woolly rhino with a bow and arrow, can't go after a woolly rhino with a spear, and they were creeping up on it, and one turned to the other, and he was like, hey, I've got an idea, Steve. Yeah, go on. Knock, knock.